Thank you for listening to PoliticalStorm.com. I'm John Small, testing a feature that I have on my phone that I've never used before. There's a way to do our podcast from a smartphone. Usually do this on a computer. Well, I'm going to try to do it here. Today I'm actually helping out at a community event in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And it's funny, in the past, I've been a part of these events quite often with the radio station that we own. My wife and I on the radio, I never let her talk politics on the radio. So what we've always done in the past is, we try to talk about things that have nothing to do with politics, because I know that no matter what you say, it's going to make about half of the audience upset, even though we live in South Dakota, which is like one of the reddest of red states. We've got a Republican governor, John Thune, Kristi Noem, Mike Rounds, all of our representatives in Washington, they're all Republicans. They're even fighting right now to get the political affiliation taken off the ballot in this state, because Democrats are saying it's impossible to get elected with a D behind your name. Well, maybe that's not exactly what they're saying, but they're saying something along those lines. So anyway, like I said, in one of the reddest of red states, we still have always chose to not talk about politics on the radio. So it's really interesting, because we started with PoliticalStorm.com doing this podcast, and for the first time ever, some of our listeners kind of finally have a chance to know what our political thoughts are. And it's been interesting to see the response. I'm at this event today. It's a fundraiser for kids with cancer, so it's a great, wonderful community event. And I've already had about 15 people come up and say, you guys should talk about politics on the radio. So, I think that would work really well right here, but probably not everywhere in the country. Again, like I said, I've been committed to doing a podcast a day right up until the election. And I apologize, the last couple days between this event today for a childhood cancer campaign event through the Morning Optimist Club in Sioux Falls, and yesterday helping out with a Make-A-Wish event foundation fundraiser. I've been pretty tied up with that, so I'm going to do my podcast, but I'm basically doing a podcast from my smartphone to let you know that I haven't had a chance to do a podcast, but we'll do another one real soon, and I appreciate you listening to this. If you've got ideas for things that we should talk about, please, excuse me, please reach out, comment on here and say, hey, talk about this story or talk about that story. I'll dive into it and see what we can find out. And also want to remind you that we've got the author of the book, Economic Conservative, Social Liberal, Mark Bragg, super nice guy. He and I have connected. We're going to be doing an interview early next week. So I was telling you the other day that it was either going to be this weekend or early next week, and it will be early next week. So that's going to be something to look forward to. I've got a lot of fun questions for him. And if you've got something that maybe you'd like to ask him, certainly let me know that as well. Thank you for listening to PoliticalStorm.com. I'm John Small.